Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alan with Grave Reviews. A little different tonight. We usually jump right into our intro, if you will, but we've got a little bit of something special planned for that. How are you doing, Mr. Chris?
I'm doing well. We're here talking about horror. Good, bad, schlock, terrible,
You name
goodness,
it,
whatever you name it, we're here. We're talking about it. It's a good night.
it is. And I love the fact that we can get together, talk about what's hot and what's schlock, and pretty much touch base on anything in between and have a good time doing it. So, what we were going to do tonight is quickly make an introduction to the new Grave Reviews Thursday Night Frights music video slash intro.
Yes.
And we just wanted to kind of bring it out for everybody, let you take a look and let us know what you think. We appreciate it. And here we go.
Check it out.
Tune in, turn down the lights. It's time for Thursday Night Frights. We're here to be your guide through horror, thrills, and schlocky slides. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk beyond compare. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's scary, they horror friends. From slashers to ghosts, they've seen it all. Monsters and mayhem, they'll make the call. Is it a scream or a total flop? They'll tell you what's hot and what's pure schlock. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk beyond compare. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's campy, they horror friends. We lift a drink and toast to you. The talking dead know what to do. With laughs and chills, they'll set the tone. Thursday nights, you're welcome home. So join the fright, don't miss the show. Alan and Chris are here, ready to go. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's campy, they horror friends. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk beyond.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy our new theme song. A lot of fun. I think I'm going to make one minor edit on that, Chris. But you tell me what you think. I think it would be
Oh,
kind of cool to have the lyrics come across the screen while it's going, so people can kind of see what the lyrics are and sing
yeah.
along.
Yeah. Gilbert, you showed up just in time. This is brand new. That was our first showing of our new intro. Skellington got a upgrade for sure. Um,
Absolutely.
and yeah, I love it. I love it.
Just again, Gilbert, thank you so much for being here. Yes, sir. This is absolutely a new thing that we're new opening. Worked on that, wrote the lyrics for the song, and got some AI help with the video to and of course keeping Chris in the loop to be sure that he was on page with me and getting LG and of course my wife Mara as well to give us their opinions, and it was a lot of fun to put together. A lot of hard work, but a lot of fun, and I think it turned out really really well. So
Absolutely.
so great. So Chris, what are we talking about tonight?
Tonight we are talking about 2017's Revenge. It's our
Um,
directorial debut of Coralie Farjat.
Easy for you
I
to
was
say.
sitting there practicing it for a
What did
while.
what did you call me?
No, nothing, nothing.
Nothing, nothing, nothing at
Um,
all.
Yeah, this was her first time taking the reins. Some might know her. She's responsible for 2025's or the 2025 awards. She was mentioned for The Substance,
Yes.
starring Demi Moore. So this was her shot into it, starring Matilda Lutz, which nice pretty girl.
Yes.
She pulled off some stuff in the movie. We'll get into.
Yes.
Um, there's some stuff there. And she's in what's out in the theater right now, I believe, is Red Sonja. Yes, 2017's a French film.
Yes.
We're
Kind of
not
threw
sure
me for a
where
loop.
it's filmed.
No, it kind of threw me for a loop because I wasn't expecting the French film part of it. So when I saw the subtitles, which I'm always okay with, and then I heard him speaking French, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, hold on, what just happened?" This, kind of took me
Yeah,
by
yeah, it
surprise.
went back and forth. It was a dual language
Yeah,
movie. Uh, and a lot of silence throughout the movie.
yeah. What's funny is I was talking with a coworker about this film, and I told him, I said, I was, again, as I said to you just now, I was shocked that it was a French film, and that and because I wasn't looking at that, and he literally kind of gave me one of those. You mean subtitles? How some people are.
Right.
And I get it, that's fine, I get it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't pay attention to hardly any of the subtitles and still enjoyed the out of
Yeah,
this
the
movie.
way I'll give it, the acting in this, as far as where they were going dialogue wise, dialogue really wasn't necessary, and the minimalist way of going about it was probably the right way. And
Yep.
we had some really good cinematography, some really
I
good shots. I will give this film a lot of credit.
absolutely amazed by some of the stuff that they
Amazing.
made.
You can tell from a lot of the cinematography and the way we went. This woman is very versed in a lot of genres of films.
Yes.
She said she wanted to stick towards a Rambo, Mad Max kind of um, ambiance
Yes.
to this film. And I'll tell you what, you can see she is not. She's well read into movie magic when it comes to many genres.
I agree, and I was telling my wife, we were sitting here eating dinner tonight, and as you know, as I mention this almost every week, she hates horror, but
Right.
she watches the show because she wants to support us and she likes the people, and so, but I told her, I said, I think you're not going to have any problems watching the show tonight because it's
Mhm.
not a horror film as per se like we
Yeah.
normally cover. This one is more of a action
Terror,
horror,
action, yeah.
right? I think it's a good way to put it, and
Thriller, bit of a thriller, bit of a thriller.
little bit, and I also told her, I said, "It's a genre film, and if you're not willing to put aside your, um, misbeliefs or what have you, you're not gonna have a lot of fun with this because you're gonna point out everything that went wrong, but
Mhm.
if you're willing to accept the genre film part of it, which is very, okay, so the way I always describe, if someone says, "Well, what do you mean by genre film?" I'm like, "Okay, Kill Bill's a genre film,
Yeah.
right?" It is that kung fu, Americanized kung fu film. This is a modern take on a age old story. And as a matter of fact, I was looking, I was Googling just because I was curious. In 2017 alone, when this film was replaced, this was one of four female revenge movies that were released in that year. It's almost every year you get one, and I'm okay with that if it's done right. And I think
Yeah.
that this one leaned really, really heavily into the genre aspect of it, and man, yeah, there's a lot wrong with this movie, but damn,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah. I loved where at first I started watching this movie, you get that vibe of this, because I heard, groundbreaking, unique, and I'm going, this is a nice spit on your grave. That is
Exactly.
a genre film. And I'll give it credit where, okay, that I spit on your grave, very graphic, bringing us to the point of the heroine at the end
Yes,
being brutalized.
yes,
It's a huge chunk of the movie.
agreed.
Um, so I was kind of relieved a bit that this one made
Yeah,
it a peripheral. you know what's going on, but it's not about exploiting that exploitation
Okay, so
that we get.
let me explain to you how I explained it to the missus. I said,
Okay.
you know, we all are familiar with that Jodie Foster movie where the bar
Oh yeah,
room and the pinball machine, and how horribly uncomfortable that whole scene made you. I said
right.
this was not that.
No,
This was a very quick. This is what's going to happen,
you know
and
what's
then,
happening. You get the brutal
right, and you
nature of it,
but
but
it pulls out
you're not forced to be a voyeur.
exactly, and it pulls out, and you're actually following the guy who's aware of what's going on and ignoring it by turning up the TV so he don't have to hear it, going out and getting in the pool. So it's as while it would never ever be easy for this to happen in the real world, it makes it a little less in your face here and more, as Hitchcock says, you know, what you don't see is much scarier. um
Absolutely.
and so it gave you the scare without giving you the ick.
Yeah.
Does that, hopefully
I
that
mean, because I Spit on Your Grave, that genre of movie, it's very well done, and it's very brutal and in your face, and it fills you with the dread of that happening. What this movie did was to take that act and push it to the side and make Matilda Lutz, our leading gal here, every woman, any
yes,
woman.
yes,
It didn't make it sign off that it happened to her. It made it to where, okay, you know what happened to her, and this is what happens from that moment onward.
one.
And
um
from there, we go into a very mostly action movie. Like Woman Rambo.
oh, but when the ick came for me when the lead actor was like, "Hey, I'm going to give you $20,000. I'm going to send you to Canada. I'm going to make every dream come true. All you have to do is forget that this happened."
Right.
And it wasn't him that did it. It was one of his friends that he was covering
Yeah.
for. And you know, of course, she's like, "No, I want to go home now." You know, as anyone would be.
Mhm.
And so she runs, right? And she runs, and they catch her, and she's standing on the edge of this cliff, and he's like, "Listen, you know, it's going to be okay. I promise. I can make this all right." And you're thinking at this point in time that, you know, he's going to be the good guy, right? He's going to
Yeah,
like
he's
he's going to help
definitely
his
an
friend or whatever,
amoral person, but
right?
he's
But
willing to shell out the bucks because she mentions his wife, because she is the other woman.
yes,
The girlfriend that was supposed to be gone when his buddies showed up to go hunting, but stuck around for another day, putting herself into that position of
yes,
being around men that will turn on her. But yeah, he promises her the world
yep. And
and
then pushes her off a cliff.
sends her flying.
Which was the way that was done, I thought was you kind of saw it coming, you knew something was going to happen, but he actually almost like turns away from her, like, you know, and then quickly snaps back and pushes her.
Yeah.
And that cinematography, the way they followed her down the canyon,
Mm,
was very reminiscent to Psycho with the
yeah.
stairs, right?
Yep.
But shot in a more modern fashion to where it doesn't look as fake. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I was impressed with the slight CGI with the in film FX. I was very impressed. Even though you and I both know that if you're going to fall onto a tree from that distance, your spine is broken. You're never going to. Yeah, but again, it's a genre film. We have to know what's
Genre
going.
film, we allow things, even to the point of the movie magic of setting said tree on fire for it to become brittle, to break off the piece she's run through with. That we could have done this so many other ways.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah. But I will.
I get it. It killed two birds with one stone. It cauterized her back wound. That's not how that works. But
But you know, all she
again,
in my opinion, all she would have had to have done was where the small piece was protruding through her right hand side
You
above
sure?
her navel.
Are you
We'll get
sure?
we'll get to that in a
We
second.
we left and right was hard in this movie,
Yeah,
bud.
and all she would have had to have done was in the film, right, would have been to grab it, hold it real tight, and then twist, 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 and snap because it was a pretty old,
Yeah,
tree.
it was a dead.
But
Mm,
the scene where she's still on the tree and her blood drops are falling and the ant,
and the ants. Oh yeah,
beautiful cinematography.
yeah. Set up
Beautiful.
really cool. It's that whole like you are meaningless in the world of everything, and the
Yep.
world is moving on. Kind of, it's great moment. This movie has a lot of those great moments. The way
Mhm.
they're shot. Right off the bat, great cinematography,
I agree.
some great practical effects.
I
Hey,
agree.
when you got a company that's like, we need more blood, and we're constantly running out of blood and having it shipped from France, that's a good sign. That's a
It
good
is.
sign for a gore fest.
I will say that, and this is much further along in the film, but I have to say this. I am one of those guys that the any horror movie that shows someone stepping on something with their bare feet gets me every time.
Cringy as
I'm like,
heck.
"Ah, make it stop, make it stop." So, and
This
so
one did a good job of that.
yeah, so anyway, so she
Yeah, but we leave it there where the dialogue in this movie is rough.
yeah, there's a
It's a little
couple of
rough,
little
but when she gets pushed off,
yeah,
that's the last we hear from her. She doesn't talk like
yeah,
at all the rest of the movie, which is good on her because she really conveys this character arc from meek to strong.
to
From
borderline insane.
yeah, badass. She's definitely a badass at the end of the film.
Yep. Um,
Absolutely.
and I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I thought it was really kind of cool as she was going through her transformation. And we'll go into a little bit more of that in
Mhm.
detail. But I don't know if you noticed or not, but even her hair got darker.
Yeah,
So she's got this really. She gets off the helicopter at the beginning. She's got the bright
it's like a
blue
platinum
ring,
blonde kind
platinum
of
blonde,
thing.
sucking the sucker.
The
And by
colors, she's in the neons,
uh,
like in the picture for the movie, the neon earrings, the sunglasses, the whole
and
bit.
then at the end of it, her hair is like almost brunette, and I mean, and she
Yeah.
looks wow is very
War torn and tacticute.
yes, and yeah, oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. Just her transformation again. Whether you like the movie or not, you have to give the cinematography choices that were made. You got to give them kudos. You just have to give them props.
Yeah, you get hints from other movies. You get that she wanted to go with a Rambo, like I had said before, the Rambo and the Mad Max kind of theme. You get several different shots where and she does a good job of pulling from it, but not making it obvious that that's where I'm pulling from. At least as far as I could tell.
Yeah.
Um, I will mention this because it's a theme throughout this entire movie.
Yes.
I'm pretty good with escaping. I'm
Yeah.
pretty good with you put me on a ridiculous path. I'll stay on the ridiculous path.
I'm
I
with you.
really need very little corralling, very little yelling at me to stay on the path. I'll just keep going. I'm escaping. However, there were so many goofs in this movie from left
Mhm.
to right to left, right to left. We listen, if you're going to cauterize a wound, you want to use something that will actually conduct heat. An aluminum can does not get super hot in a fire. And if you're saying it's the paint she heated up, when it transfers, it's backwards.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't say beer on her skin like a nice little raised tattoo.
Yeah, and
There were so many moments where I'd be like, it just kind of, it did. It kind of was like, okay,
okay, so
okay.
let's put a pin in that scene for a second because we have
Yeah,
to talk about the scene that came before it first.
yeah, yeah,
And then
absolutely.
I will tell you when as I was watching, I literally said out loud to myself what it was that I would have done had I been
Mhm.
uh, a director or able to influence this at all. So we'll get there. But
Yeah,
so they say that they're going to take care of her as they go out for their hunt the next day.
right. Then they'll go hide the body. She's hung up on a tree down
Right.
off the cliff.
So
Let's go
of
hunting.
course, when they show up, she's gone, right? As Chris had said, she for whatever reason set fire to the tree that she was hanging on, and it Carter. Well, anyway,
She got out.
she got out. So, and I like this, but I don't know how much blood that she has in her body or how quickly it rejuvenates, but it left a like 3-inch wide steady trail for miles.
Yeah, if you use this movie as reference, we all have about 20 to 30 gallons of blood inside of us at any given
At
moment.
any given time.
Right. Which is not even close to right.
No,
But
no. But okay, it's okay. I'm going with it.
Gore
I'm
fest.
for the ride,
Okay.
right? It's a
Come on.
horror fest. I'm seeing
We're
blood.
fans of an elevator full of it for no
Yeah, oh,
reason at all. We're in.
absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, not only in one movie, but 2 movies, and one of them
Two.
happens to be in our top 4. So
Right. We're in,
so we're in. I'm good with this. So as night comes, I love the fact that the guy's taking a piss, the first guy that she takes her revenge on, right? Because let's face it, gentlemen, that is one of the points that we're at our most vulnerable. And she attacks him with his own gun. Now, let's talk about this gun.
Let's talk about that hunting scope on a shotgun. I don't care if you're using slugs, you ain't using no freaking 12 by scope on your shotgun with the flashlight.
This is a sniper rifle scope, by the way.
It
This
is.
is
It's a 12 by easy.
Yeah. on a pump shotgun, and she becomes really good at distance shots with that shotgun with zero practice, other than her sitting by the fire going,
as well as zero practice loading it.
Yeah,
she is seen putting it into the chamber several times and racking the gun, but never loading the shotgun at all. It's one shell at a time. But thankfully there must have been at least another 6 rounds in it prior to that, so she was okay.
She never had to load it again, so but that's okay. So anyway, when he, again, his shotgun, she gets the shotgun, she pulls on him, she pulls the trigger, didn't cock it the first time, pulls the trigger, click. Anyway,
boom.
He proceeds to tried to kill her by drowning, which I thought, okay.
He lets all his friends know too. Got her.
I got her. And I love it, the fact that when he's drowning her, he's like, he picks her up and goes, yeah, this is exactly the way I like to do it, and he's basically tormenting her, and she goes into the water and sees the boot knife, and next time she pulls him up, I mean, great scene, right? She viciously attacks him. She does what she needs to do as someone who's being attacked. She takes his eyes, the whole ball of wax. Great scene. Great scene.
Awesome.
So she then takes his shotgun, she takes his shell, she takes off. She winds up in a cave. This is where we get to the point where Chris points out that she tries to cauterize her.
Luckily, her boyfriend told her to save the peyote, with a scary story of someone who sawed off their leg once and didn't feel it. And she realizes after downing a Mexican beer, oh yeah, peyote, I still got the stick in me. So
and here's
wonderful turn of events.
Yeah, here's the only part of that story that bothered me at all, and again, I was able to just let it go. I watched Zombievers and I recommend it, so there's some things that I'll let go, right? But she's like, he told the story, he went out of his mind and did this. She, on the other hand, took the peyote and was able to keep her senses through all of this whole thing.
The necessary part, anyway.
Now here's where what I would have done differently, right? I would have done everything that they had her do, but I would have had her take the knife and peel one of the shells and pour the
we've seen that movie magic for decades.
Into
gunpowder in the wound,
right?
Set it on fire.
Well, and then take her can, right, and do what she did, and as she lays on, it ignites, and you see it go out the back. So now she's cauterized inside out,
straight through. You covered the all of the what ifs, and but this doesn't. Again, I kind of at this point I kind of said to myself, all right, this is directorial debut. This is a woman that wrote the story for this movie. these are kind of like rookie mistakes, I would say, to
I,
a point.
I actually think that it was done purposely. I think it was just because were definitely going for aesthetics in this. They were going for the
Yeah, and they
visual.
were going for that messaging too. That I mean, this is I mean, you could say this is a feminist type movie.
Absolutely, absolutely, and
Because
a good
this is the woman that is weak and is the typical what we call bimbo, airhead kind of girl that you take, and she becomes a badass that
right.
says, "I'm not taking this from any man." All
I
three of
think
you.
I think that even though it would have been way in the face, right there in the face, I think it would have been a good idea to, instead of having the eagle, have it be had it been a phoenix.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So now her phoenix or eagle is on her left hip below her navel for some reason, whatever, left,
It's that
right,
well, the good
up,
thing
down.
was it's not through her liver anymore. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good thing,
you
I
know,
guess.
that was a
Right.
bonus.
The next scene is the that we get is when she tracks down the gentleman who ignored the issues and no, she
No, that
tracked down
was the
the who
guy that
actually did the damage to her, and she is about 75 to 100 yards away around the corner as he's filling gas into the car with her long range scoped rifled shotgun and pulls off a shot that a US military sniper would have been proud of.
yeah, knocks her the hell back because you get I mean, I get it. You know, you get kicked for a shotgun for the first time and you ain't ready for it. It's going to send you on your butt. I've
Absolutely.
seen it happen. So, um, we're good there. I will say prior to this, though, when they find poor Dimitri, that was stabbed and left in the water in this ultra still lake, and he showed up kilometers down
Yeah,
he
whatever. Anyway,
showed up where the rest of our assholes are. He looked like he had been in the water for 2 weeks.
he did. He
This
was
is The Walking
bloated.
Dead. Like funny
Oh,
though. It was
really funny.
definitely funny because the guy that perpetrated this whole
Right.
assault against her is the one that finds him and he freaks out and I love how he's the one that's freaking out when he's the one that caused this entire mess.
Yeah, he
Like,
started the whole thing. Hey, everybody say hello. Yeah,
oh, saying hi.
hi
It's the
guys.
puppers.
That's my puffer. You get. Come on. You're not supposed to be back here. Sorry about that.
Come and say hi.
Anyway, yeah, you're right. It's LG Poppy. Yeah, she's my pushing 80 pound lap dog. She wants to lay in my
Right.
lap every time she can.
Of course.
Um, you know, so this scene, okay, I don't know. Okay, so there was with everything that went on and all the stuff we had, the lefty, righty, lefty. I don't know where the puncture went in.
Hmm.
The how they're driving vehicles and yet she's catching up to them on foot. Whatever. I'm okay with all this.
Right.
I'm okay with the 75-yard shot from a shotgun. I'm okay with all this. What I'm not okay with is at no point in time did she pull the trigger and break glass.
Right. And shooting at the front of the truck, which looked like stuff was coming in on him.
Through the windshield, no broken glass anywhere. That's when you know you're on a budget.
Also, when she finally does get him through the headrest, you see the bullet exit the headrest,
Uh-huh.
and which obviously came through the unbroken windshield and the unbroken front of the headrest.
Yeah. And then she gets in it and drives off, and the glass is still not. I'm just like,
This is also one of the cringiest parts in the entire movie because there's some glass left on the path that our perpetrator is walking, and of course we knew it's coming. He steps on the glass and opens his foot in the most disgusting way that made me go, and then we stuck on the fact that he had to get the glass out, and for some reason in his foot it was in about 12 inches
he literally like took his fingers like this, and like this much of his fingers were inside his foot, taking that
while he's
glass.
holding his breath. I love the scene though because
Yeah, oh, I
he's
just
just like
He's like, "Oh shit, mother, oh my god!" I mean, he's just like, "Ah." And then
It's such a
when,
gaping wound.
and when he gets it out, he's like, "Ah!" And I'm like, I would have done that exact same thing. I would have done, no, I wouldn't have gotten it out. I would have just known it.
It was
Oh
great because into his ultimate demise, where she finally gets him, um, she's been shot.
yeah,
Um, uh, it's crazy. I do love the fact that he gets in the car, he's going to run her down, which leads to his demise. But here we are with that misstep of dudes pumping the brake to get this truck to start because it ran out of fuel, and then revs it by pumping the brake.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that part really drove me nuts because I had to rewind it. I'm like, that was the brake pedal. That was the
Yeah.
brake pedal.
Yeah, and he's doing that with that freshly cut foot, and he's screaming the whole time. So there were
Yeah.
parts. Yeah. Anyway, nonetheless. Um, so she then makes it back to the main baddie's house before he does on a motorcycle. Anyway, she's
Right.
got. Not only is she badass, she now has teleportation towers.
She does.
Like,
I mean,
yeah,
she could have driven the truck. I mean, old boy was taking a shower and then thought he heard something. It must have been the pool cleaner, not her showing up in the truck.
no, not at all.
Um, and he tracked mud through the house because this is where another one of those shots. We flipped that exploitation in this
Uh-huh.
movie, and it was very apparent
Yes.
because we spend a good portion of the last 25 minutes, roughly 18 of them, staring at what was his name, Kevin Jansen's ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very fit, very well done. And
We follow him from going to the shower, out of the shower to the pool, long walk to the end of the pool.
yep.
Yeah, work it.
Work it. I'm like, you got it. You might as well flaunt it because I don't have it. Not like
It
that.
was flipping that exploitation that you get, that you put the woman up on that in that same scenario, and they flipped it. And it kind of adds to that. This is a badass movie for
Yep.
chicks that like badass movies, kind of thing.
I agree. So the blood that is spilled in this final scene is phenomenal.
It is so great. I could have done with like maybe one or two less Ring Around the Rosies.
Oh, that's what I was getting ready to say. At what point did she not just go, you know what? I'm just going to stand here and wait for him.
One of them, like, he waited, and she almost got into the trap of walking into a shotgun blast of his own shotgun,
Which I thought was great.
yes, the
That
blood
scene-
rolls out, and that's the point where, like, the blood doesn't stop from there because he took a shot to the stomach, left side, right side,
It
back
don't
to the
matter
right.
at this point.
It's okay. It changes. It ends up being on the right. And they go around in this house chasing and switching, and it's a Scooby-Doo moment of
It
the
is.
ages
It is a
until finally, old boy has walked so much around the house, everything is covered in about an inch of blood.
Oh, it is great. Oh my God.
Somebody's gonna
It's
fall. Of course, she
everywhere.
falls. And he catches her. And you think, once again, as a bad guy, you don't play with your prey because
Don't play with your food, guys. Just don't do it.
they're going to come back. It's going to bite you. I just watched a video on YouTube. The woman was goofing around with the mantis shrimp that she was going to cook, and the thing grabbed a hold of her and bit her, and they had to pry it off of her. Don't play with your food. If you're going to cook it, you're going to kill it.
Yeah.
Don't give it a chance to do it back.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I will say that I was happy with the way they did this because he caught up to her. He he was like, listen, everything that he did. But when he had her in the air, and you're thinking to yourself, how's she going to get out of this? She doesn't have a weapon. She doesn't have her knife anymore. She doesn't have her gun anymore. And the fact that she reaches basically inside the wound that she just gave him, I was like, fantastic. Way to go.
Right before that, though, I will give the line a lot of credit with
Yes, go ahead.
the women. They always got to fight back.
Yeah, you always have to fight back. I thought that was great. You're right. Yes, I
It
agree.
kind of stamps that whole. It's that true toxic masculinity of superior to woman. I am mad. Hear me roar.
Yes.
Yeah, when she poked her thumb in your little stomach wound, yeah, you roared, buddy.
So then he's dead. She's walking away, right? They're at remote. They have to take a helicopter in and out. And as she's like walking, getting ready to walk off the end of the sunset, she hears the helicopter and that turn and look back in the direction. I
Yeah.
was like, wow. Great way
Good
to end
shot.
it.
Good shot.
A good shot. Again, the cinematography is beautiful in this movie. Even the scenes with the gallons upon gallons. Hello, we need more blood here, please. Everything. I mean, it was just fantastic. I mean, really well done. Um, on a scale of 1 to 10, Chris, where would you put?
This movie received a lot of high marks across a lot of the critics and fans alike. I do like where it went with the story. I liked where she was going with it, and it really showed that, like I said, she's well versed in a lot of genres of movies.
Yes.
It wasn't horror. It's hard. It's hard to put it even horror adjacent because it's the only thing that keeps us there is the gore fest.
Yeah,
And
well, that's what I was getting ready to say. Because of the gore and the way they addressed a lot of the gore, I'm going to leave it in the horror category, but it's going to be more of a action.
it sits right there on that Rambo edge that, that loner that comes in and turns around and destroys every bad guy possible.
If Alien 2 can still be considered horror, so can this.
True.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough.
That's the way
a
I
fair
see
enough
it.
statement. Fair enough statement. So I give this movie a lot of credit. It does. It's ridiculous in the goofiness. Whether they're goofs, whether they're put in, there were so many of them. Some of them fun, some of them kind of like saying beer the right way. It should have said Reeb on her stomach, but either way,
Whatever.
decent movie. It's worth a watch. It's not what you think it is going into it. Like I said, thought it was going to be I spit on your grave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. It's not. That is really next to where we're going. It's only the reason for the movie,
Right.
not the movie.
I agree.
So I will say you should go watch it. It's decent. I'm not as forgiving as I see a lot of critics have given the score. I'm going to give it a 7 though.
Okay.
It's not terrible for
Okay.
me. It's not the best movie. I think Final Girl is another movie kind of takes that the woman becoming the
Yes.
badass at the end.
Yes.
There's a lot of them like that, but it's well played. Matilda Lutz kills it with not
Yes.
speaking through this and still seeing that arc there. So
Yep.
yeah, we'll give this a solid 7.
Well, okay, so there's a lot wrong with this movie. I mean, and when I say a lot wrong, I mean a lot wrong. But that being said, I could see this being very easily, by the way, very easily being someone's guilty pleasure movie,
Oh yeah,
right? Where they're like, I don't like it. I shouldn't say it. I don't. I know it's not a great movie. It has all the stuff wrong with it. The wounds change position, and she's she goes from being a nothing to a badass just like this. She's handling a gun that doesn't look like she's ever handled before, and she's still great with it, and blah 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 blah. But I love it. I just love it. I don't know why.
right.
And I could see that in this movie because I'm gonna tell you right now, I had a lot of problems with this movie, and I walked away from it going, "Man, I love that. That was so much fun." What is it something that I could see putting on a steady rotation for my watch list? Probably not. But I would definitely tell people, hey, if you're into genre flicks that you can postpone, enjoy some great acting because she did a great job. A really cool story arc, great cinematography. I thought the music was a little over the top, especially at the end with the bum 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 bum.
Right.
But
Not terrible. I was
not
hit or miss on that one as well.
yeah,
definitely.
I kind of it was like I liked it all the way up to a certain point. And I was like, okay, you've milked this
Pull
a
back,
little
pull
too
back.
much. Pull back a
Pull
little.
it back. Yeah.
So 5 hits all the marks, subtract away all the stuff I didn't like, add in all the stuff I did like. I'm at a 6 on this one.
Yeah.
Not bad. But I liked it. But we're gonna have a real hard time. You know that, don't you? Because
Yeah.
you know what comes next.
Yeah, I don't think I can be really forgiving when it comes to the shit list, only because it sits on the borderline of so many genres that it's one of those like, if you want to watch this, well, that one's kind of it. You want to watch this, well, it's kind of that.
Okay.
Um, I,
Well, I know this. It's definitely not in the top 20.
no,
Um,
no, no, no.
no, I would say, um, all right. So let's do this. Let's start here. And I know I haven't pulled it up yet, but I'm going to say that I like this movie better than Cuckoo.
And Cuckoo, where are we at Cuckoo?
Cuckoo is 52.
52.
Um,
That's
but
fair.
so here's the hard part though. I don't know if I liked it as much as I liked Legion or not. I think it was a better movie than My Bloody Valentine, even though I loved My Bloody. This movie reminds me of My Bloody Valentine. Actually, it's
A bit, yeah.
not a great movie, but man, is it fun!
Yeah, this is fun. I don't think it's for me. It's not better than Legion. I've watched Legion several times. I could probably watch that again. I know I'm not speaking for both of us, but I do think when you said My Bloody Valentine being close to it, it is. It's in that same vein, that goriness, the dread leading up to somebody's gonna get it.
Yep.
And then they get it, and you're like, "Oh, that was way worse than I thought it was going to be."
I would put this as being just a little bit above My Bloody Valentine because My Bloody Valentine had that one little section in the movie where it really drug down for a little bit.
Sure.
So would you say under Legion at 51?
Let's go 51, and we'll bump them down from there. I'm with that. Let's lock her in.
I'm good too. Now keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that Death of a Unicorn is not in last place. I need to put that back where it goes because I forgot to save it last week. So we'll get that put where it needs to go here in just a little bit. But yeah, I think we're going to lock this one in. Let's hit that save button and then let's move to bam. What are we going to watch next week?
The Wheel of Terror. What do we got going on
All
here?
right, man, we got a lot going on in this
A
one.
lot of movies.
Tell me when and I'll hit it.
Let's hit it.
Let's hit it. All right. So,
Ooh, so close.
oh, Fright Night.
Fright Night.
Now,
Okay, this is fun. This is fun.
this is a good one. Do you want to do the 80s or do you want to do the remake?
You know what? That's a hard shit. 80s is going to be full of nostalgia for me. It's in that time frame of goodness. I think I was just talking to Darren about that. We were chatting it up a little bit, and he was talking about those 80s movies, and it falls right in that sweet spot. So let's bring her back.
Let's do it. Let's watch the 80s version and we can talk about Marcy Darcy a little bit. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Anyone knows what I'm talking about other than me? That's great.
1985.
1985. So,
why are you not doing what I want you to do?
Why are you not doing that? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight as we talked about Revenge. This is a kind of a weird movie because I really like the movie, as I said, even though I know why watching it, I'm like, this is just, oh my God. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. She's
Awesome.
she had posted in here that she liked the first Tales from the Grave, which was our first short story that we released, and we've got a new one coming to hopefully tomorrow. And then that's what we're going to try to do is do one every Sunday and Friday ish. So 2 a week.
I got one I'm sending to Alan in the next 24 to 36 hours.
Beautiful. So, and I've got 2 already done and in the can, and I've got another one that I'm currently working on. The one I'm working on now is really neat. Chris and I talked about it a little bit, and I think you guys are going to like that one. And so that being said, Chris, is there anything you'd like to say before we log off?
Yeah, if you would, you can head over to your computer or your browser on your phone and go to our bio link, which is going to be in the chat. You can find it, or you can go to bio.link/graverev, and that will give you the links to all of our socials, every which way you can get a hold of us. No matter what social media you use, you can reach out to us, and we'd love hearing from you. We love hearing the movies. You got a movie you would love to add to our wheel, hit us up. We've got some requests. We're trying to find ways to kind of branch out. If we're going to pause the wheel and watch these, or we put them on the wheel, and we'll let you know when we actually get to it. Because I do have a couple movies that I got to tell Ellen about.
Oh,
Lunar Girl has put the movie in there, or put the link in there. Stop by, like I said, every which way, including email. You can reach out to us. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you feel about these movies that we're covering. We'd love to hear from you. Join us every week, or most weeks, as long as we're here on Thursday night. We
Yes.
love Thursday night frights, getting together, talking about movies. Join us in the
Absolutely.
live chat in YouTube, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern times, and become part of our Talking Dead. Stab that like button, punch the subscribe button, do all of those things, and leave us a comment when you're done watching this movie. We'd
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Helps us
Absolutely.
get the algorithms out there. We love talking horror movies. And until we do that again, stay spooky, friends.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for coming tonight. I really hope that if you didn't get a chance to, you do back up and watch our new intro that we did, the music and the video for. A lot of fun putting it together, a lot of fun showing it to you, and I hope that you really like it. And on top of that, as Chris said, please leave us a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. If you, like as Elizabeth did, if you happen to have watched the first ever Tales from the Grave, please hit the like button on that and
Leave us
let
a comment.
people know about it, because we're going to try to do that more often, because we it's something that actually Chris and I have been wanting to do for a long long time. So
True.
that being said, ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, as we always say here as we're signing off, may all of your nightmares be groovy. See you soon.
So, yeah,
Have you noticed they smell different when they're awake?
I do.
They do. Anyway, good night, everybody.
All right.